Hey guys, Nintendo Boy 17 here, and...
Hello, I'm Kevin.
And here we are playing the Nintendo GameCube version of Star Wars The Clone Wars 2002. We actually played it a long time ago before we got our own copy of it. Originally we were at a doctor's office and it had an Xbox in the waiting room. And so we actually played that quite a bit until it was time for our blood drawn. But it wasn't until like a couple years later that I would pick up our own copy. And we're not only playing some Star Wars games, we are also going to
talk about
the movies, which we just marathoned in anticipation for Rise of Skywalker.
Mm-hmm.
You anticipating that?
Yep.
All right, so let's...
Here we go.
All right. It's been a while since we've done a multiplayer, so I just need to figure out the controls.
Same here? Okay, so that's to shoot.
Yeah, A, shoot. X is switch view. A
is to shoot lasers.
And just move the analog stick to... Ooh, okay. Well, let's get this started.
Yeah. So, yeah, we were watching like all the 10 films.
Yeah.
From episode 1 all the way to The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
And it was like really interesting, because especially that we had to watch like Solo after episode 3 and then Rogue One before episode 4.
Yeah. Okay, so let's start with the prequels, of course. Phantom Menace, can you... Okay, I still enjoy this movie, but you can see why it was despised, you know?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the awkward Jar Jar scenes, the...
Yeah, there was that, and then there was, like, the pod racing.
Yeah. Okay, where are you?
Jeez, the map is big. But yeah, there was like the pod racing, and then there's a lot of fight scenes as well.
Yeah, the fight scenes, the fight scenes are actually one of the better aspects of it. The action is like always the best aspects of the prequels. This goes for all three of them.
Oh yeah.
But Phantom Menace, less we kind of talk about that one, the better. Like some awkward acting, then again, when Star Wars never had any awkward acting. Oh, come on, get over here.
But yeah, there's like that. And I think episode one was alright for the most part. But episode 2, what do you think of that?
Better film, but oh goodness gracious me, the romance in that one is just... it just feels awkward. Oh, okay, you won't fire at me, come on.
But yeah, it was kind of awkward. I think the romancing was just, yeah.
Yeah, I understand it was a necessity. Oh, you got me. For the first round, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, the romance scenes and how badly they were delivered, not just for the exact fact they exist, I mean, we're not little kids anymore, but
yeah.
But how they were delivered between Hayden Christensen and Natalie Portman, it was like, ugh.
I didn't really like that, especially at the ending.
Come on.
But yeah, now let's talk about episode 3.
Best one of the prequels.
I definitely agree.
I mean, it still has its awkward moments, but it was definitely better written and better handled.
Oh, yeah.
It still has its moments of cheese and schlock, but nevertheless, it was still a better one than... Okay, a slight technical difficulty, but it looks like everything's okay. But anyway, still, a better... you got me again. Yeah, you're kicking my ass, boy. Anyway,
And then there's, Solo.
Oh, I don't think I was done talking episode 3.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. Anyway, but, the handling of Darth Vader's transformation, the final steps of it was handled brilliantly.
Oh, yeah.
For the most part. But, even if it was a little too quick, so to speak, it still handled it for the most part pretty well.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, I think that was like one of the best as well.
Alright, now Rogue One.
Actually, Solo first.
Actually, Solo, right. Okay, yeah, so we're talking the Disney spin-offs.
Yeah.
Okay, not even gonna go into the political and debates that where you would get in if you bring up this or any other Disney Star Wars movie, but
yeah,
I still thought the film was pretty fun to watch. Like, it's weird how just right after episode 3 you get right into the But after episode 3, you get right into a more lighthearted adventure when it comes to the chronological order of the films.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I actually think the actor who played Han, I can't remember how to pronounce his name. You'll have to probably edit that in.
Oh, yeah.
Like, get a name. But I like his performance as Han.
And I also like the girl's role.
I know her name. Emilia Clarke as Kira.
Yeah.
She's very talented. I mean, most people know her for Game of Thrones, and to be fair, that's where I know her most too, but she's a very talented actress.
Oh, yeah.
Ugh!
I guess I won? So what do we do next?
Okay, let's do more games. More rounds, because we still got movies to talk about. But anyway, actually, no. I don't think that's what it was. But anyway, sorry, we're getting off track. But the best performance I think I've seen is Donald Glover as Lando.
Oh, yeah.
It's like that guy was trained his whole life to be Lando Calrissian. And, oh boy, does it show.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you at my base? Oh, that's it. Oh,
I'm coming for you.
And now let's get to Rogue
One.
Okay. Oh, before that, still, it's a great space heist movie. That's definitely worth a watch, and it definitely covers well on how Han came to be. But and definitely like a certain cameo at the end with the appearance of someone who's thought to be defeated in Phantom Menace.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, let's get to
Rogue One.
Yep, Rogue One. Like, this film is basically Episode 3 is the darkest Star Wars film. This film just comes in, hold my beer.
Oh yeah.
Or hold my space juice, or what the hell ever. Or hold my blue milk, whatever.
Yeah, there's some scenes, especially like there's some escape scenes.
Oh yeah, I think every Star Wars film has an escape scene of something. But that said, there's just trying to remember. But it's definitely a more darker film. Like, it looks through the war in more gray lights. Like, say, like, the rebels do some bad things. Like how they lie to Jyn Erso about, her father. Like, let's recover him, and then secretly, like, no, assassinate his ass.
Yeah, it's just like, oh my.
Yeah, it's like, but the coolest scene is, like, near the end when Vader just comes in and gets, oh, you little punk.
Yeah, the Vader scene was like, oh my god.
But yeah, looking at the Vader scene with him slaughtering so many rebels on the ship, it's like, oh, now this is what we know Vader for. And I'm trying to think of more, because these aren't film reviews, but they were just, even though we're not the best at saying our opinion, but still, I think of the story sagas in which are no longer available, sadly. And, because Disney said, nope, those are on break. I still think okay, where are you? I think Rogue One's, like, one of the best Star Wars movies ever. Like, the darkest one. It goes into a gray morality, and it's just done all so well.
Oh, yeah. And I guess that'll be it. Now the original trilogy.
No argument. Those are the best. Of course, they're great.
Episode 4 is a good one.
It's just like, what can we really say that hasn't been said already? And
yeah, I will just say, I think out of all the original trilogy, in my opinion, I think Episode 5 is the best.
I can agree with that, and I can understand it. Like an also, all right, and yep, like I said, the original trilogy. What more can we say?
Mm-hmm.
Now we get to the 2/3 of the sequel trilogy already out. Like you said, Rise of Skywalker isn't out yet.
The Force Awakens.
Force Awakens, the return of Star Wars to the big screen. Well, pre-Clone Wars, but I think that'll be a story for another day.
Yeah.
Because Clone Wars goes into a, come on, blow up that base. Alright, but, Oh, come on. Oh, you suck. I'm kidding.
Okay, so anyway, back to The Force Awakens.
Okay, yeah. So, I can understand people's criticism that it retails episode 4, and I can definitely... But, you know, it introduces new characters. Like, personally, I really like Rey.
Mm-hmm.
I really like, Poe. I really like... Finn. Gotcha. Okay, but Kylo I'm not too captivated by as a villain. I mean, I came up with this nickname for him. Darkside Sasuke. Because he's always so kind of, Because, you know, I used to be in Naruto, and there's always, oh, you don't! Ugh. But the only thing I do like is his lightsaber design. I kind of like the broadsword look to it.
Gives it extra pain.
But, that said, I just don't think Kylo's that great a villain. I mean, I kind of like the look of Snoke, but sadly we'll discuss the disappointments with him in the next film. But other than that, I'm glad I saw Force Awakens when I did.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, come on, blow up already, blow up!
Yeah. And I think my favorite part, other than that, was I think my most favorite part was definitely at the end.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
With Rey.
Rey and her Jedi training, and which goes into the next film, The Last Jedi. The most controversial of the films. More so than the prequel somehow.
Yeah,
but honestly, well, I can see some complaints. Like, I do think the plot over how the Resistance is being chased by Kylo Ren and the First Order is kind of stupid. Like, because you think of some logic fallacies that just doesn't work. Like, and it's not the hyperspace split the Dreadnought in half scene. Oh, wait, I think I got the wrong Imperial ship. But anyway, because the thing is, some expanded universe games, I think Rogue Squadron 2, make a reference that don't let that Star Destroyer hyperspace away or we'll get blown up.
Yeah, it's like, I don't...
half or something. Like, so that's the worst part? Actually, no, it is. It's the handling of how Luke changed. I mean, I'm going to be controversial. And I expect the Massimo has dislikes for having this opinion. Besides possible some stuttering, but gotcha. I actually didn't mind the handling of Luke. Because honestly, I actually kind of like his more grumpy handling. Because I'm reminded that, you know...
He knew his failure.
Yeah, well, at least not until the end. But it's the fact that, you know, he's kind of less of a Boy Scout, and, you know, than he was in the original movies. That kind of makes it... And the fact that he's kind of grumpy over his failures, I think that actually... And having the logic of how the Force doesn't belong to Jedi or Sith, which, granted, gets thrown to the sidelines up to the end.
Mm-hmm.
But still, I actually don't mind the handling of Luke. I mean, I have problems with the film, don't get me wrong. It just wasn't until I talked with Tad I realized the true stupid part was how the chase scene was handled.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think there's, like, a lot of better scenes near the end of the movie.
Yeah, and that's the thing, you know. Luke goes back to his old self, like, right at the end of the... I can't think of what else to say other than I personally like The Last Jedi. Fight me if you want. Actually, not really.
I do like The Last Jedi as well.
Yeah. So, on the level of 1 to... Okay, so, evaluating all 10 movies so far. Well, let's start... Okay, what would you rank your highest?
The highest would definitely be Episode 5. The lowest would be Episode 2.
Yeah, I think I might have... I'm trying to remember, because I think it changes all the time for me, because I think I said on my Twitter feed which one's my least favorite, which one isn't. Honestly, I think my most favorite is definitely between Empire and Rogue One, because I definitely like how dark that Rogue One definitely was. And, Empire definitely proved that Star Wars can get dark, but and Revenge of the Sith even more, but Rogue One just handles that darkness perfectly.
Oh, yeah.
You got me. But the least favorite is definitely Episode 2.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's the cringe romantic scenes. It's like, ugh.
Yeah. So I don't know what else to say, but I'm just glad we were able to commentate.
Yeah, I'm glad we were able to talk these movies. And when Rise of Skywalker comes out, I at least will probably tell you how it is.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to join,
we'll do our best.
Yeah, because we'll probably do better than this vid. But anyway, that's it, everyone. Nintendo Boy 17 here, and we're signing off.